speaking of things that we're watching online and, social media videos that we're all, privy to and exposed to, wanted to talk about this as our second topic. Americans are using TikTok for their news, their headlines. The share of TikTok users who consume news through that platform has nearly doubled since 2020. That's according to the Pew Research Center data. Liberty, I'll start with you on this one. I think for those of us in broadcast or print journalism, this is kind of a tough pill to swallow, even though we know a lot of reputable news sources do live on those platforms. But people are consuming a whole lot of crazy. What's your thought on this?
Well, Americans are now twice as likely to get their news on digital devices than they are over television. And who controls TikTok? One of the main things that we get on digital devices, China. So do we really think it's a coincidence that hours after Xi Jinping met with Biden, that the Osama bin Laden letter saying why he did the 9/11 attacks goes viral on TikTok? No, it's not a coincidence. Congress, attorney generals across the United States need to ban TikTok. It is a really dangerous way for Americans to get their news, but they're not going to because they are funded by pro-China groups, and too many lobbyists have Chinese interests.
I think, Joel, there are a lot of people who would say, listen, it's about digestibility. It's a lot easier to scroll through Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and find a headline or find a snippet with the busyness of our life. And I think that maybe a lot of big media companies are a bit in denial, because we're not going to see a change. This is going to continue to be a trend. So shouldn't major media outlets actually start trying to see if they can leverage the power of social media rather than try to compete with it?
Yeah, Adrienne, I think that there are attempts to do that, certainly, and attempts to get them on TikTok. But the irony here is that once a major media company gets on TikTok and promotes its information, it's just like any other random user, right? So it levels the playing field, which has a positive impact in terms of democracy in the media. But TikTok being controlled the way it is, and I agree with Liberty, it's controlled by China. We don't, as adults, we don't have TikTok. I've worked in national security, but I will say my daughters do, Gen Z, and they are addicted to it. And it's a little frightening to see how much they consume from it. And we always talk to them about what they read. But I think that we are in a real challenge here. And I do think that we need to have regulation coming out of Congress. The Biden administration has prevented TikTok from being on smartphones of government employees for a reason. And we need to have a little more aggressive regulation of TikTok. It's long overdue. And it is something that does prevent real information, digestible information that is fact-based and neutral from getting into the eyeballs of people who are looking at it.
Yeah, it has to be a large conversation, not only for our kids, but just adults, too, who are believing a lot of what we're digesting online. I mean, even with, the bombing of the hospital in Gaza that everybody, blamed on Israel to begin with. Yeah. Lydia, I'll let you have the final word on this topic. How do you tell people to filter out fact versus fiction this day and age?
Well, I think that's why we have news organizations, because that's their entire job. But I think it's been, on the one hand, positive that we have seen people be able to share their opinions. There were a lot of conversations, for instance, during 2020 that traditional mainstream media outlets weren't willing to have about vaccines, the origins of COVID. We saw that discussion taking place solely on social media. So I think it's a good wake-up call to traditional media companies to be willing to have certain conversations and discuss certain things that everyone is talking about on social media. But you're right. I think regulation at this point is probably the best answer, because the fact of the matter is we're all addicted to our phones, and I don't think we have the willpower to simply just delete the apps and pretend it's not there anymore.
Oh, God forbid that we actually work on willpower. I think waiting for the legislation is going to take some time. But I think that, too, so many of us need to remember that it's content creators. It's the people putting out information that is being spread. We all have to be responsible, and thank goodness we work for organizations that are responsible with the information we put out there. Let's get to something annoying at work, and that's Gen Z and slang in the workplace. So apparently there's this new survey from language learning platform Preply that asked Canadian corporate employees for their thoughts on Gen Z slang invading the workplace. Everything's a threat. Everything's being
invasion.
Everything's, I mean, it's just like, why is everything so combative? But Gen Z workers, they're starting to climb the corporate ladder. And I guess there is most overused slang, including goat, like the greatest of all time, slay, sus,
Like suspicious?
Yeah,
Okay.
like you're suspect. Flex, glow up, bet. A bet is kind of old school, actually.
Never used bet.
Bet, like for sure. Basic. I'm thinking, do we have anything else to talk about where this is actually considered like a threat? Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.